So one of the things we try not to do on this channel is to have the same set twice in succession. So when I go into the gentleman's box of tricks, the next radio is an Amstrad 901. And we've still got his fake Amstrad 901 on the bench. I wanted to look at the Squelch preset because one of the viewers, David, has mentioned that he had the experience of the fake one having the wrong preset fitted. And look what we discover. The second Amstrad in the box is a genuine 89.99 made in Japan. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and see what's fitted in this genuine one. Because I've been doing this 40 years and I've not noticed the preset value of the Squelch control. So if it's wrong in the fake one, we'll change it and see whether the Squelch can be improved. And it's a bit ambiguous in the service information. Oh, I didn't say I could open it up though, did I? So you've got a lighter printed circuit board and all the component values are screen printed. So let's look at what the preset says down there. Then we'll look at the service information. We can read it in circuit. No. This is what we're up against. So this is from the original service manual. There's no mention of RV5, and it's RV5 which is the preset in question. So when we look at the blow up of the circuit diagram, the Squelch preset is RV5 and it's shown as 100k. On the redrawn circuit diagram, the Squelch preset is shown as 50k. There's notes on the redrawn. On the early chassis, there's 47k in series with RV5 Squelch preset. This should be shorted out to get better Squelch action. So does that mean that the early version preset is 100k and then that adds 47 in series? I don't know. So I'm not thought or come up against this before because I've taken it for gospel that the right parts are fitted. So with that we know there's 100k fitted in this set. This is a made in Japan one, and chances are when we've serviced this it's going to work as you'd expect it to work, which is really well for a Cybernet radio. So let's go back to this Amstrad, the fake one. We'll open it back up. Send mics with these, so we'll have to test all the mics at the end. I'm going to nip out to the post office shortly because there's a post office in the village 1.5 miles away, and it opens like 3 times a week for about 2 hours, if he can be bothered. So you've seen inside the proper one, and you can see now there's a quality difference, obviously. So let's look at the preset. You have to unsolder this speaker. I can't read it. I'm going to unsolder it. And otherwise try not to disturb it, just so I can read it. Well, it's actually broken getting it out, which is just what I didn't want to do. So, if this is 100k, I pay for a new one. It actually looks like 10k, but I'm going to still get it out. I just hope it's not broken. We can meter that. Well, it's actually reading 15k. I mean, that looks like 103 and just out of spec. So that looks like the wrong part, just as David said. So let's put the right one in. Right, so that's now replaced it with a 100k. There it is, bright and shiny. And what have we used? These are rapid electronics, in other words, rapid online 670418 100k, and they're called skeleton presets, horizontal skeleton presets. So although there's other types and better types available, the hole spacing is for these. Right, well, we're going to power this back up. And put it back on the test set and see what that's done to the Squelch. Power supply on, 13.8 volts, radio back to channel 20. I've got the extension speaker in so we can hear it. So we've got the Squelch on full on the radio. We've got the RF gain at full. Let's see what happens. So before, it was 17.5 microvolts was the most it would squelch out. Maybe just the same. Right, let's put picture in picture on. And we'll show the attenuator. So it's actually made it worse. So the correct preset makes the set worse. So it needs less resistance for the Squelch to perform. So they put 10k in. So I'll tell you what, we'll take that back out. I mean, my best Squelch now we're talking about 1.1 microvolts full squelch. So that's made it worse. So switch that off, and we'll go the opposite way. So I'll just pause the video. Right, we'll see what the effect of a 5k one does. Right, we'll certainly squelch that out. Actually, that's more like it. So without adjusting it, we're at 65 microvolts. No, we're not. We're at 21 microvolts. So let's see if we can squelch that out. No. So that's still our strongest position. So we're now at a much more useful 27 microvolts. So we've gone now from 17 to 27. So I'd like it to be 100, but there you go. I don't want to go on and on. So what that now means is we can squelch out. The maximum we could squelch out before was S4. Let's just get the signal generator on. So it's a good S4. It's now S5 and beyond, which makes it a bit more useful. So let's just check the sensitivity at the other end to make sure we've not messed it up. Set squelch threshold. No, it's fine. .75. Yeah, it's fine. Right, I'll put that back together. Well, so I could probably go on experimenting all day, but I'm not an experimenter. I'm here to service radios. But it's not what I would have thought, that we're actually going less in value. And it makes you wonder if the correct squelch control's been actually fitted in the set. Looks like they've got 50k in. I've just knocked a wire off now to make things worse. Yeah, it's 50k. Right, we better put that back on the RF gain. And then check the RF gain still works. So signal generator back on. It's interesting, we can now get We can now get S30 on the signal drainage, which we couldn't before. Yeah, RF gain's still working. Well, for what it's worth. Make it so it's noticeable. There we go. So while we've got the other set to hand, what squelch control have they got in this? It looks like 50 the same. Well, look at that on the service manual. You know what? Yeah. Right, we'll put that back together. It's just got a bit tighter squelch now. There'll be no fee for this because it was just an idea. I said to my friend Stewart over the ham radio this morning, 77s, that if the fake one worked out better than the genuine Japanese one. Okay, we'll put that to one side and move on to this genuine one. Same problem.